Hello, dear learners. Welcome to Pen and Paper Maths. In this lesson, that is video number 2 on the topic squares and square roots, we are talking about triangular numbers. What are triangular numbers? So, numbers whose dot patterns can be arranged in the form of a triangle. So, let's start with 1 here, right? Then let's take up 3. So, if you see 1, 2, 3 dots forming a triangle. Talk about 6, 5, and there's a sixth one here, and again it forms a triangle. Talk about 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Again forming a triangle. Same way for 15. Now let's observe another interesting pattern over here. Add two consecutive triangular numbers. So when I add 1 and 3, I get 4, which is the square of 2. So 4 is a perfect square. 3 plus 6 is a 9, which again is a perfect square. 10 plus 6 is 16, which is again 4 square. What about 10 plus 5? What will you get? Do it, calculate. Is it a perfect square? Try it yourself. Yes, of course. It's 25, which is the square of 5. In other words, when you add two consecutive triangular numbers, you get a perfect square. Easy? Okay, let's go on to the next thing. Let's see how many non-square numbers are there between two square numbers. So here again, to make things easy, I've tabulated them. So I've got 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, 4 square, 5 square. Now 1 square is 1, 2 square 4, 3 square 9, 4 square 16, 5 square 25. What are the non-square numbers? That means which are not a perfect square between 1 and 4. Yes, of course, 2 and 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now from 4 I have to go to 9. So 5, 6, 7, 8. How many of these numbers are there? There are 2 of them. 5, 6, 7, 8. How many of them are there? There are 2 of them. From 9 to 16, how many of them are there? 6. Now see the interesting pattern over here. What's the interesting pattern we are going to see? 2 is 2 times of 1. That's our first number here. 4 is 2 times of 2. That's our second number over here. 6 is 2 times of 3. That's the smaller out of the two numbers because I'm comparing 3 square and 4 square. Again, 8 is 2 times of 4. That means the smaller of the two numbers that I am comparing over here. Okay, tell me, if let's suppose I'm talking about 6 square, right? How many non-square numbers will be there between 5 square and 6 square? Yes, of course, it becomes pretty simple. There will be 10 of them, right? Between 6 square and 7 square, yes, of course, 2 times 6, that means 12. You want to check it out? 7 times 7 is 49, 6 times 6 is 36. Let's list down the numbers between 36 and 49 so you can count as well. So you'll have 37, 38, 39, 40. 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, and 49. Do we take 49? No, because 49 is already our square number. So how many did you count? Go ahead. Yes, of course, we have 12 of these. Isn't it easy? Again, another interesting thing. Square numbers as sum of odd numbers. Okay, again, what I would encourage you to do is to write it yourself. 1 square is 1. 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16 is simple, right? Now 1 square is 1, it's the first odd number. 2 square is 4, which is the sum of the first two odd numbers, that's 1 plus 3. 3 square is 9, that's the sum of the first three odd numbers, that's your 1, 3 and 5. 4 square, it's the sum of the first four odd numbers, 1, 3, 5, 7. Okay, now 10 square, it will be the square, it will be the sum of what? Tell me. Yes, of course, the sum of first 10 odd natural numbers, right? So let's check it out. 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9 plus 11 plus 13 plus 15. Yes, I'm talking about odd, I'm not talking about prime. So I've got 8 of them, then 17 and then 19. Can you please add them up for me and tell me whether it's coming to 100 or not? So did you add? Yes, of course, it will bring us to 100, right? So this shows, but interestingly, if we have to find out whether a given number, is it a square number or not? How are we going to do it? So at each stage, we'll start subtracting by 1, then 3, then 5, then 7. Let's do one question here. The question is 56 a perfect square? So what do? You successively start subtracting 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, the odd numbers in successive series. So 56 minus 1 gives me 55. So from this 55, I will take away 3, I get 52. From this 52, I take away 5, I get 47. 47 take away 7 gives me 40. 40 take away 9 is 31. 31 take away 11 is 20. 20 take away 13 is 7. Now 7 take away the next odd number. What is the next odd number after 13? Yes, of course, 15. So take away 15, what do you get? Minus 8. That means it's not a 0. So we've tabulated here. We said to check for a square number, subtract successively 1, 3, 5, 7 and so on. If your result is 0, yes, it's a perfect square. If your result is not 0, no, it is not a perfect square. Doesn't it become super easy when you tabulate things? Catch me in the next video because I'm going to explain the square of odd numbers concept.